that you're carrying upon yourself. What is FICO? It's just an intelligent scientific algorithm that was actually created by two wonderful people that I respect so much, which is Bill, Fair, and Isaac. So that name came from both of their name, which is Fair and Isaac Corporation. That's what FICO stands for. Somebody asked me what is FICO? Fair and Isaac Corporation. Two gentlemen build the software that control my life and your life today. Build the software that control our financial standing today. Build the software that can determine if you can own a property or own a car today. It was built by two men. 22 years ago, America was in the old system. And after a while, the transition to the FICO system, which makes everything to be able to sync across the board. Today, when we're talking about your credit, we talk about three major credit bureaus, which we're all familiar with, because one of us or two must have got a letter from them one time or the other talking about your credit. You're talking about Experian, Transunion, and what's the other one? Experian, Transunion, and what's the other one again? Equifax. Thank you so much. So somebody's listening. Somebody's listening. So with those three credit bureaus, those are the ones that can tell Mr. Mike what you can buy and what you cannot buy. But if we know the secret on how to work with these things and position ourselves, everything that you choose to do in your life, you can do easily. I can tell you that since the creation of FICO, our life has changed for the past 20 years, about 22 years now. That if you want to do anything, they result back to your credit score or your standing to see how you can really become something, whether to give you or not. But for people who are intelligent and knowledgeable enough to know that the credit score is everything, in the society where we came from back in Africa, there was no credit score system. Maybe now in some other countries that are advancing gradually, yes, they're trying to build a credit score system. But in most majority African countries, there is nothing like credit score. But in a society like this, where you have this system in place, credit score, what is that credit score is telling us? It's telling us that you can use your name, your social security, to do whatever you want to do that can propel you to the next level, a greater height. But majority of us don't take this serious. I've said it on numerous occasions that credit score, I'm sorry to say that, for all our academicians, don't be offended. I'll take a good credit score over a PhD. Did you hear what I said? I'll take a good credit score over a PhD. Because if you look at the world today, it's those that are not really up there in education that are running the show and controlling those academians or educators, degree holders. Why is that? Simply they know how to use the system and they know how to keep their credit score to be able to become a better person. I'm gonna leave you this quickly, that when you're talking about your credit score, I need you to understand that. Next page. I need you to understand that your credit score that is being run by the three credit bureaus. Next page. Next, sorry. Thank you. Next. Your credit score, that's not the one where I want to go. But just continue to, okay. Just for them to see if somebody want to take a picture of something, we can talk about this later. But your credit score, look at it like this, is about 100%, your credit score. And what do they look at in your credit score? They look at when your credit was established. They look at your payment history. They look at the amount you owe. They look at your credit history. And they look at your credit mix. This 5 component is important for you to be able to survive the credit score story. To be able to propel yourself to a greater height without working 2-3 jobs. And when we talk about 100%, when you establish your credit, it's just about 10% of that 100%. So you are left with 90. Your payment history when you buy stuff and pay back, how soon you pay what you bought on your credit back, that's about 30%. And the amount you owe, it's 40%. So right there you have your 80%. So your credit mix, how many cards you have a Bank of America card, you have a store card, you have this and that, all different cards. That's about 10. And your credit history is 10%. That's your 100%. So what I'm trying to say here is that they look at all these things to make a decision about your life, whether they will lend you money or not. So in a nutshell, as we stand today, the highest credit score, most of you would think is just about 800 or 850, but the highest credit score is actually 900. But not too many people got to 900 credit score. Maybe majority of the celebrities, yes. Because there are some people in this world today that can walk into a store without showing a credit card or anything and they can purchase merchandise, believe it or not. And I have some of them as clients. But for majority of us, we think that when you have 730, you have arrived. Yes, it's good. But anything at 730, 700, it's better. But what you want to do above all things is try as much as possible to nurture your credit. Try as much as possible to build your credit, because your credit will make it easier for you. With a good credit, you can walk into a dealership and walk out with a brand new car with some cash in your pocket. I have done it before, 2015, Tenafly BMW. I walked into a BMW dealership, I wanted to buy a 5.3i service. And I had some cash on me. But when they run my credit, they gave me that car brand new, and they offered me extra $10,000 cash if I wanted. Then I said, for what? They say, your credit is good, that we can give you this. But that $10,000, they will add it to the price of the car with 0 payment down, 6 months no payment, and no interest rate. I'm talking about 2015, I think it was 2.2 interest rate. So what I'm saying here is this. From that moment, I learned a different thing in life. That if you maintain your credit, forget about the 2-3 jobs, you can leverage your credit to become somebody. With $10,000 in your pocket, with a 730 credit score, with $10,000 in your pocket, 730 credit score, you can become a property owner in the United States. And if you know how to manage yourself, you don't have to go and buy that mansion that you're not even sleeping in, but only for a few hours because you're a nurse. I'm sorry to all the nurses in the house. You know, you can buy a 2-family home, and 6 months after that, with your $10,000 down. If you're lucky, 0 down, because there are some organizations that know where funding is, where grant is, that can get you grant with no penny down to become a property owner. Those are what our counterparts do better than us. Instead of us learning this process,